Hello my lovely friends, and welcome back for part 2 of the Q&A. Let's dive a little bit more into getting to know me. And thank you again for all your beautiful questions. So, how do you deal with other people not understanding your slow living, thoughtful approach to life? Interesting. Well, I don't deal with that. Because I don't care. I don't care if people don't understand my approach to life. I don't care if they don't understand why I dress the way I dress or why I chose to leave the city and my apartment in Piraeus with a sea view and blah, 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 to come and live in a rural area that's kind of considered less posh. I used to care about these things, but I don't anymore. And I really don't care about what people think of my beliefs or my style or the way I choose to live my life. And you shouldn't either. Honestly, growing older, you will realize that life is too small to live it by someone else's standards. When did you first realize that you can sing? Oh, okay. And do you make a full-time living as a singer of vintage tunes? Well, I first realized that I can sing at a young age, probably when I was in elementary school. I always loved to sing. Of course, I just did it in front of my mirror, holding a hairbrush. And or if I was brave enough, I would sing in front of my parents or friends. Yeah, I loved singing ever since I was a child. And no, I don't make a full-time living as a singer because the genre I chose to sing is not as popular in Greece. And also, I'm not very good at promoting myself, I have to admit that. And this kind of job needs a lot of promotion, self-promotion, and that's not my strong point. Ideally, I would like someone to represent me and book gigs for me and send me to sing and do what I do, what I love to do, apart from YouTube, that is. But unfortunately, I haven't found that person. Most probably, managers are not interested in someone who is not a celebrity. So that leaves me to try and book gigs for myself, which is always very annoying. I haven't sung in a while, to be honest. It's also the fact that I put all my energy into this channel, and it's difficult to juggle both things at the same time, like doing the best to promote myself as a singer and also putting all my energy into YouTube and producing content for you and to create this beautiful community that we have, which I'm very, very grateful for. So yeah, I do miss singing, and I will try a little bit more this winter to maybe book a gig. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Oh, and if you know of any managers in Greece, send them my way, please. Greetings, I'm new to the channel, so I would like to know how you got into the whole vintage way of life and fashion. I think I kind of answered that before. I actually forgot to put that question with the other ones, that I just always loved vintage style, old Hollywood, so I always wanted to dress like that and to look like that. So that's what got me started. I think if you look at part A, you will probably get your answer. Another one, you are a multi-talented person. Thank you, Marilyn. How long ago did you start your singing career, makeup art, and of course, dressmaking? Makeup art, I replied that in my previous Q&A, and dressmaking as well. So I'll only talk about my singing. It didn't start a very long time ago, professionally, I mean, because I always found a way to sing. I was always in a band, trying my best to do maybe some small gigs, not always paid for. So I've been singing for a long time, but professionally with my current duet, I have a fantastic, very talented pianist and also a great bass player that sometimes joins us in our gigs. So that duet started around 2018, so not too long ago. Although, come to think of it, that's 7 years. Wow, that's 7 years. Let's go to some other questions, more about health, health, fitness, and routine. How do you keep in shape? What is your exercise regime? Well, first of all, thank you for saying that I do keep in shape, although I have gained some weight during the past year. I'm not sure if it's because I eat more, or I think it has to do with me going into perimenopause or being in perimenopause. Perimenopause. It's not merry at all, because I don't think I have really changed my eating habits. I kind of eat the same as I was a year ago. As for exercising, I don't exercise at all. Yes, I have to admit that. I'm ashamed to say that because it's not a good practice. I acknowledge that. But I've always hated exercise. I was never a sporty person, and ever since I was young, I was never sporty. But I always loved dancing. Well, I did ballet at a very young age for just a little while, and then I started doing Latin dances and Argentine tango for a while. But I stopped many years ago due to practical reasons, mainly because the schools were just kind of far from where I lived. And of course, where I live now, it's impossible to find a tango school here. There's no such thing. I have been considering doing some online classes, maybe for yoga or Pilates. I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through that because I'm very lazy when it comes to exercise. But at least in general, I'm an active person. Like, the way I live is kind of demanding physically, tending to the garden, the kitties, the house, everything. So it's not like I'm sitting or lying on a couch all day doing nothing. That's not the case at all. So maybe that helps a little bit. And also the fact that I have good genes. I'm very happy to have good genes. My mom is just gorgeous. She is 81 years old now, and she looks more fit than I do. And she even dresses more modern than I do. Well, she dresses modern, I don't dress modern. And she looks amazing for her age. And when she was young, she was just stunning. She was as beautiful as a model. So yeah, I'm very blessed with good genes, I suppose. Oh, there was another question. What do you do for exercise in real life? So I guess we covered that. Oh, and at this point, I would like to make an announcement about my Patreon, which I will be officially launching on the 1st of October, which is next Wednesday. It would make me very happy if you would like to join, but of course you don't have to. I will still be posting my videos as per usual. And the schedule is to post every Sunday and a main video, hello, and maybe a few midweek videos like this one, more chatty or kitchen commentaries and such. As for my Patreon, I will be posting behind the scenes photos or clips of my daily vintage life. There will be outfit of the day posts and kitty shenanigans, and sharing with you my sewing projects or any crafting projects I'm into, and definitely discussing video ideas with you and doing polls for upcoming content. And mainly I would love to use that platform to be able to connect with all of you a lot better and in a more interactive and direct way. So yeah, I will be very happy to see you there, but again, you don't have to. I appreciate you just being here, supporting me and being a part of this beautiful community. Do you meditate, and how much? I do like to meditate. I don't do it very often. I definitely meditate when I'm going through a migraine attack, and unfortunately I have those. It really helps me calm down and maybe sleep a bit. It doesn't take the pain away really, but it helps a lot. And I also meditate sometimes when I can't sleep, when my mind is just very, very busy and very all over the place. So I may listen to a video on YouTube, like a guided meditation or something. And I also love an app which is called Medito, because it's free and it has a lot of choices, especially for sleep music, meditation music, I think, something like that. That also helps me fall asleep, even though it's not a meditation per se, but it's like a calming music that I love to listen to at night when I can't relax my mind. And yeah. Home maintenance question. How do you keep your lawn looking so good? Well, it's artificial. Don't tell anyone. Okay, do tell. Yes, it's artificial grass. It's not a natural grass. And I chose that because, first of all, it saves a lot on water, and also it saves a lot of labor. So I'm glad I made that choice. It wasn't cheap, but it will hopefully last for a long time. So I think it's a good investment. Do you have a regular cleaning schedule? Or do you break it up? To be honest, I would like to find a nice cleaning schedule, and I have been experimenting a bit with some 50s cleaning schedules, but so far I don't have something concrete that I follow religiously. What I definitely do, if not every day, definitely every other day, but usually every day, unless I'm super busy or super tired, I will vacuum or just wipe the floors, because there's a lot of hair. You know, so many animals live in here, and a lot of dust as well, because it comes from outside. I live in the country basically, so there's a lot of dirt coming in from the windows. So yeah, that's what I would definitely do usually every day, and of course do the main things of, you know, maintaining the house. But I do want to try a 50s cleaning routine, an everyday one and a deep cleaning one, so stay tuned, because I will be posting whatever I try. Some more questions. Who did you want to become when you were a child, and what is your greatest dream for your future? When I was a child, and if I weren't 50 years old, I would probably still have that dream. I wanted to become an actress and a singer. So basically a musical actress. So I could sing, act, and maybe do a little bit of dancing. That was my dream. That was something that I always loved doing. I think I said it in the previous video as well, that I wanted to perform. And when it comes to the future, as I said in the previous video, I would love to be able to sing and make content for YouTube. Your favorite book or few? I have to admit that I'm not very big on reading, to my father's great disappointment, because he was a bookworm. He would probably read, I don't know, 3-4 books at the same time, taking turns, of course. And yeah, he was such a bookworm. He even wrote books himself. But yeah, maybe I will talk about that another time. And my mum also loved reading. She still does. I don't really like reading that much. But when I do read, I particularly enjoy reading Oscar Wilde or maybe Agatha Christie. I really enjoy the British sense of humor. Yeah, it's something that really appeals to me. But if you asked me, would you rather read an Agatha Christie book or watch the movie with David Suchet, with Poirot, and set in the 30s with all those beautiful dresses and the Art Deco furniture and decorations, and then definitely I will prefer to watch the movie, because I'm a visual person, so I do like to watch something complete, especially if it's set in the past. If it's set in the present, I don't really care for that, but if it's set in the past, I do love to watch the whole thing, especially if it's done well, and if it comes with a nice soundtrack, definitely, like jazzy music, then that is the best thing for me, and I really get immersed into that story. What about movies and media that always make you think of home when you watch them? Okay, well, I love 80s movies because they remind me of my childhood. When I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, I was watching a lot of those movies like Footloose, Flashdance, Back to the Future, Goonies, all those movies. I don't know, they bring back so many beautiful memories, and they take me back to those years when everything was nice and happy, or at least that's how I remember it. So yes, these movies really take me back and make me feel at home. Do you have any nostalgic recipes that always made you feel warm when you were young? I will say that most foods that come from Crete make me feel nostalgic because, again, they remind me of my holidays in Crete. They remind me of my grandmother. So I have connected them with beautiful times and when we were carefree and happy, and we didn't really think about much other than how we can see our friends and go play and enjoy our food and our company and all that. So yes, most foods from Crete made me feel warm inside. And now let's move on to some cat-related questions. How many cats do you have? Were they all rescued by you? What are their names other than Chico? And how old are they? And the second, well, all of them are kind of related. How did you come to have so many lovely and compatible ginger marmalade companions? And how did Chico come into your life? So yeah, I will answer to all these questions by telling you a bit of their story and how they came into my life. I will try to be as brief as possible. The oldest cat I have right now in my house is Mina. She's around 8 years old, and I found her when she was this big in Crete when I was there for holidays. So because she was kind of left there on her own and she wouldn't have a chance of surviving on her own, then I brought her back home basically with me. And then there comes Leo, who was brought to me by my brother. He was a stray cat in his neighborhood and he was around 6 months old at the time, I think. And I had told him that I always wanted a ginger cat. I didn't have any ginger cats at the time. I only had Mina and another cat that sadly passed away. So yeah, he brought Leo to me and I was super excited to finally have a ginger cat. And I don't know what happened. The cat distribution system heard that I would love to have a ton of ginger cats. So I've been getting ginger cats ever since. Because just a little while after Leo, I think about a year after I had Leo and Mina, one day I hear some kitty voices, some kitty crying, and there was an empty field next to my building and there were 5 kitties, 5 newborns left on their own, struggling and crying. So I had to do something. I waited for 3-4 hours to see if their mom would come pick them up, but no cats appeared. So I had to take them in because they wouldn't have survived. They were newborns, maybe they were 1 day old. They even had their umbilical cords on. So they were 4 male ginger babies and a female, like calico, I think it's called. And a friend took the girl and I kept the 4 boys. So all of a sudden I had 3 cats at the time and I ended up having 7 in a matter of hours. What else could I do? I had to take them in, I had to nurse them, I had to bottle feed them and help them poop and pee and all that. It was a struggle, but we did it. And yeah, that's where Chico and Mickey came from. They were from that litter. So the rest of their brothers, Rudy and Misha, I gave them to my brother to help me because there were too many cats for me to have in a small apartment. And sadly, Rudy disappeared somewhere one day. He just left and never came back. But Misha, he's still with my brother. He's still like next door. Yeah, he doesn't really recognize his brothers, but he's here. Thankfully, he's fine. So yeah, that's how I came to have all these ginger babies. So far we've talked about Mina, Leo, Mickey, and Chico. And then I realized I forgot this guy. I call him Chichico. Very original, I know. And you can see him featuring in my sewing pajamas video, I think. And then came Melita, whom I found one day coming back from somewhere. She was in this area in an abandoned summer house, and she jumped on my shoulders when I stopped to pet the kitties there. And I thought, okay, I will take her home. And I did. And her, well, she went through hell with her pregnancy and losing her babies and getting sepsis and almost dying. But thankfully she survived and she's happy here with me and the rest of the babies. And the last but not least in the kitty family in the ginger gang is Giuseppe, who I found one day coming back from the clinic when I was visiting Melita. We found him somewhere like crying, very close to a busy street, and he was tiny. Yeah, that's how I came to have so many ginger kitties and so many cats in general. I really hope the universe will not send me another ginger. Although if a baby is in need, yes, of course, I would love to be able to save another cat. It's just that I think I'm at capacity right now because I also have Artemis. So I think I'm good for now. Otherwise, it will get really hard to afford a good quality of life for all of them and me as well. And last but not least, how do you keep your cats from destroying your furniture? I don't keep them from destroying my furniture because I've tried everything. They just scratch, they just break, they just destroy. I can't do much. I do put a cover on my couch, but still, because the cover does not like cover the whole couch, they have scratched bits of it. Especially Chico is so naughty. He loves going to corners and scratching everything. It really hurts inside, especially for this couch, which I painstakingly reupholster by myself. It hurts a bit more. So yeah, I think I made a wrong choice of fabric and I'm paying for it now. But what can you do? I just value them more than other stuff. If I can, I will try to cut their nails so they don't scratch as much. And I also have a couple of scratching posts for them that they also use, I admit. Thankfully, you know, cats, they will just do whatever they want and they don't listen to anything, do they? But I adore them nonetheless. Thank you for watching this second and last part of the Q&A. Of course, if you have any more questions for me, then you can always ask me in the comments, and I will see you in the next one this Sunday. Bye!